how's it going? I'm your boy LRB bringing you another video. I'm here with Joe of Joe's Shrimp Shack.
Hey guys.
And check it out behind him. Shrimp tanks on shrimp tanks on shrimp tanks. And then we got more back here as well. Fish tanks and all kinds of other goodies. But we're going to walk you guys through all this so you guys can check it out for yourself. So you ready to do this?
I'm ready, man.
All right, let's do it. All right, so we'll start over here with the fish. And then we'll come over here to the shrimp rack. Then we'll get into all these products for you guys. He's got some cool stuff over here. All right, Joe, what are you doing? Are you going to give us this tour or what? What do you got going on over here?
Oh, man, I was just gaming and everything. I suppose I give a tour and everything else. This is how I do it. I kind of set it up as like a little shrimp shack. You can kind of hang out and everything else. So I got the arcade, I got the TV, got a barbecue in the summertime on weekends. So I've always been in love with shrimp. I've always been doing the shrimp and stuff. I got more into aquascapes, and then when I started my retail store here, I wanted to specialize just on shrimp. But a lot of people said, hey Joe, can you get plants, can you get nano fish and everything? So I decided to get nano fish. So what I got up here is I got a bunch of different bettas. I found bettas that I kind of like. You know, I know a lot of people will say, hey, can you get this betta, can you get this betta? I can get those bettas, but these are kind of the ones that kind of, you know, caught my eyes when I was picking them up. So nothing like super unique and stuff. And then I decided I wanted nano fish. I didn't want to get big fish. I wanted to keep nano fish. So I got some Harlequin Rasboras. I got some Neon Tetras. I've been hounding my wholesaler to get chili Rasboras for the longest time. So I got chili Rasboras. I got red and lime green Endler guppies. I got some wild green Tetras right here. I got just assortment of different types of plants that are good for doing aquascapes. And then over here, these three tanks are going to get torn down. I'm going to put more fish tanks up here, but I'm waiting for some tanks to cycle. I have some Dumbo guppies, some black Moscows. I have an awesome blue alien wild betta right here. Love that baby. I got some blue metallic guppies right here, and I got some white clouds right here, along with all my stem plants.
Very cool.
Yep.
Jeez.
This is it. This is what I've been doing for the past 4 years. So I ended up having just a big giant breeding rack right here, like a Gladiator 90, and I said, you know what, I'm going to make this more operational for me. So I kind of have a little bit of OCD, so of course I had to put all my 2.5s on top, 5.5s in the middle, and 10s on the bottom. So what I have over here is I have all the neocaradinas, and then I have all the caradinas over here. And I find it myself that I start running out of tanks. So it's like I'll probably end up getting more and more and more. I'm a hoarder. I love hoarding. So, oh, light shut off. But what's great about this, Alexa, turn my lights on.
Okay.
Everything's voice controlled here. That's what I gotta love right here. So I make it easy for everybody. So what you do is we can start over here if you like. So all the 2.5s are projects that I've been doing for, I'd say, about 3-4 years. So I ended up having the normal oranges, and then when I went to a store, I saw them have pumpkins, and the pumpkins were like more of a darker brown on the body, and the back line was a nice, like the meat of the pumpkin. So I kept those. Have snowballs, but ended up selling a lot of my snowballs and stuff. So I do hold a lot of my tanks for breeding. I don't care if people want to come in here and get them. I need to hold them so I can breed them back up. Bloody Marys. I love my Bloody Marys. Prudent Small. I got this line originally from Prudent Small, and my mom's in here are almost like 1 3/4 inches long. I love them. Got some competition Blue Dreams in here. Got them from another U.S. breeder that his tanks are not set up completely at his house, so he shipped me a bunch of his competition grades just to hold on to. Zebra Blue Deeds, they're breeding still. Here's my 2017 International Neo winner is the Blackberries. Keep them going. They're breeding right now because a lot of people bought them. I got the Red Onyx in this tank, the Blue Dreams. Got my cull tank. Everybody kind of likes culls for their kids. I have my Red Rillies. That's been going for 4 years in this tank. So what I'm able to do is I'm able to breed them in this tank, and I'm able to transfer them down into my bigger tanks. I have my low-grade green jades here. So for my high grades, every once in a while I'll get some of the low grades up here, so I just throw them up. So this is the competition Bloody Marys. Same guy that I got the other competitions from. Kind of keeping his name kind of hush-hush. He doesn't really want his name out there. I got my Painted Fire Reds right here. I love these guys. There's hundreds of babies in this tank. I have my competition grade green jays. I love my hook race. Everybody that sees this always wants that big clump. Super low light, grows just fine for me. I have my sun-kissed orange shrimp. I have my red rillies. I love these rillies, and I love my orange rillies as well. Gotta love those guys. I have my red riding hoods. They're actually breeding out. A lot of people wanted them, so I ended up keeping 2 females and a male, and they've already had their babies in there, so there's tons of babies. Ever since Star Wars Mandolin came out, everybody wanted the blue velvets. So I have the blue velvets, love those guys. I have the competition sapphires in here as well. Now, this tank down here is the very first tank I have ever set up when I got in this hobby. I went to Petco and I saw these little itty bitty shrimp and I said, who the hell would ever buy these shrimp? So I bought a tank, and this is the first aquascape. Haven't really moved things around. I maybe tie up some moss here and there, put a couple little cherries in there. The line's been going strong ever since. I can never tear down my first tank. So once I usually set up a tank, I don't tear it back down. And that's it for the Neos on this side over here. So then we have the Caradinas, which I can start on this side for the Caradinas. So I have ghost bees right here. Eric Lewis is really known for his ghost bees, won a couple competitions with his ghost bees in his category. So I had to have them. I love them. They're good breeding projects. Like if you take a ghost bee and you mix it with yellow King Kong, you can get just a yellow cap on there. I think Grant Eater's working with them, and I think he calls them lemon drops. I have my orange eye blue tigers right here. These are the culls for my orange eye royal blue tigers that I got second place for. I have the orange eye red tigers here. I have the roar bees. I've always been a thing for wild shrimp. I kind of like the wild shrimp, so I have a lot of different types of wild shrimp here. I have the silver grade dancing man. Love the dancing man. I have the black fancy tigers. Love the black fancy tigers. So it seems like a lot of competitions, it's either the red fancy tigers winning the competitions for the fancy grades, but black is so much, I love the black colors on them. I got my super tigers. I've had these super tigers for the line for about 3 years. When I moved here, I lost about 70% of all my stock when I moved here to shock the tanks. I was down to 1 male and 1 female, and now I have probably a couple hundred of them in there. I have the best in show Shadow Mazuras from the Vin line. He won the 2018 international contest, the best in show. Everybody voted on it, so I was able to purchase those, and I'm breeding those out. I've always liked a mixed tank, so I'm slowly but surely working on a mixed tank right here. Got to have the Tangerine Tigers if you're going to do a breeding project and you want to get the tiger genes into it. Tangerine Tigers are a must-have. This one I have the BKKs, Black King Kongs, Shadow Pandas, and I got some Blue Mazuras in here. This line is actually from Robert Jackson. Love Robert. I love supporting the local breeders out there. All right, so I got some princess bees here. They're a Paracaridina. It's another wild one out there. I love them. There's Homebred. I had the Stardust. Love the Stardust. The black line of Dancing Man. I got these from Shrimp Art herself in 2017. I got my Blue Bolts Extreme. Gotta love them. Everybody likes the super dark blues. Spotted Head Pintos. I do believe that they won second at the contest this last year, and I picked them up. I have my Red Fancy Tigers. Everybody loves these. Chris's favorite colors are red and white. This tank I have shut down, so I ended up selling these out. I'm going to end up wiping this tank and starting fresh because I had a couple random die-offs. So if you have a lot of like unexplained die-offs, it's easier just to go over and just start over versus putting shrimp in there and risking their lives. My Pure Black line, gotta love them. I have my Red Tigers right here. Got these from a local guy, Tyler, who I do believe got them from Jeff Lidberg. Got my Blue Bolt A grades. I have Super Crystal Reds. These are another one of Robert Jackson's lines. I was happy to get those from him. I have my red wines. Everybody likes red wines. I have my red steels. These are from Andrew Wayne. I was able to purchase, I think, 7 of them off him, so I got those breeding. I just recently purchased these. These are Black Galaxy fish bones mixed with a blue metallic boa, so I'm going to try and breed those out. This is from Carbon Chen. This is Super Crystal Red Santas. I love those guys. Been breeding those since 2017. Got my PRL breeding tank. So I kind of breed them in here, throw them back down in the smaller tank right here. So here's my PRL line. Here's my Orange Eye Royal Blue Tigers. I got second place in the first USA contest with these guys. I have the Hungry Amanos down here. If you ever have an algae issue, just grab a couple of Amanos, throw them in there. They're scavengers all the time. If you have moss or any plants that has algae, you can just throw it in the tank and they clean it right up. I have some red steels. This is an F1 generation red steels that came from the red Galaxy fish bones. This is my Galaxy fish bone tank. So I used to keep my blacks and my reds separate. I decided to put them all together for the winter time. This summer I'm going to go over and get some fresh ones, higher grades. So what I did is I grabbed a few of my boas and I threw my boas in here that I got from the contest, trying to get them pregnant during the winter time. So that's another little breeding project, see what they pop out. I just have some regular old golden bees in this one. Now this is a tank that I love. So back in 2017, that was my first contest I entered. Met Chris Lukup. He got a bunch of wild shrimp. He was going through the shrimp and he went over and says, "Joe, I have a bag for you." So he gave me the bag. He didn't know the name at the time because he took a couple home and he wanted to research them. And we found out they're Neocaridina catagallons. Now the Neocaridina catagallons are a red listed shrimp. They're on the endangered species list and it's in one stream. It's in northern Taiwan. So what happened is a lot of people like the wild harvested shrimp. And there's a lot of exporters from over in Taiwan that they'll go wild harvest stuff and they don't understand that how much they can actually endanger the species. Now I've kept them in the same water parameters that I got them on. They throw out some crazy yellows and reds and blues and stuff. I do not sell these. These are not for sale. I just keep them going just in case something ever happens to them. Cheetahs, I've always wanted cheetahs, so I got these from Dan Johnson. Trying to breed these guys out. Gotta love them. Raccoons, I've always had a thing for wild shrimp, like I said, so these are the raccoon shrimp. This is a scape that I did. I was doing, with an ex, I was doing a scape contest against her, and I just kind of kept this thing going. I have a white dragon betta in here. I have some CPDs and some green tetras. I have some competition green jades in here. These right here, I got some blue bees, which are really tough to tell in this brown substrate. The substrate I'm testing out, it's called platinum. It keeps your pH about mid fives, so it's working pretty good. My bees are happy in here. I just got to find some shrimp that I fall in love with and put them in here. So I have my PRL Mazuras in here. So what happened was I used to just keep all my Mazuras out, sold them at a cheap price for people for a random scoop. I had a couple customers that were prime picking shrimp out of there, and I want to have availability for everybody. So I just moved all my Mazuras over here. Orange Eye Yellow King Kongs. This is Gus Kamachi. He tore down his tank, so I was able to get the last of his. There wasn't that many left, but they're in here. Some calicos. I kind of always like the calicos, so I'm trying to breed out some calicos in here. And down here, I have red bolts. I have mixed black pintos, and I have the mixed red pintos in here. And I have 3 more tanks that are just wide open waiting for shrimp. And then I have my snow white bees in this tank right here. Now as you see, I have more Caridinas than I do Neocaridinas. The Neocaridinas, there's not that many species out there, where the Caridinas, there's a lot of species out there. So it's kind of hard to get the proper mix for it. So if you're going to start breeding your shrimp, what I would do is I would carry just an assortment of different types of shrimp, because it kind of goes fluctuation of what people want. Sometimes they'll want snowballs, where you might go 6 months where nobody wants a snowball again. But I love any type of shrimp. I hoard shrimp. I find different auction pages. I'll bid on them. I'm always trying to find shrimp. So this is all the shrimp that I have here. I kind of like this whole aspect on here. It's a pretty open spot for people to come in here. And, thanks for stopping.
All right, you want to get through your products?
Sure. This is my hard goods and everything else. So ever since I started, I love Phoenix. So all my lights in the store here are Phoenix. I carry all the Phoenix brands out here. Phoenix came out with the canister filter. Kind of love it. Cheap price on there too. It's only $60 retail. They have little hang-on back filters. Got my TDS. Got my rimless tanks from UNS. Sponge filters. I also have the Brightwell product line. Got to have the Trollowood. Local guy, Tyler Volk, Liquid Gardens. I carry his fertilizer, sold out on his fertilizer. So Tyler, I need some more. I got my almond leaves, my alder cones. I got Muka bacteria, Aquarium Co-op. I have their Easy Green, their fry food, bunch of different sponges. Some of the SO Aqua line right here. Right here I have just kind of like a tank. I got bored one day and decided to do it. This is the current Serene light, kind of like pinpoints little things. I love it. Gotta have the Shrimp King line. They're one of my sponsors. JBJ, Shrimp King and Denerol. Chris Lookup has put his face behind it and his whole entire name. I love this product. I use a lot of it right here, so I carry their whole entire food line. As you see, I sell out of it pretty quick. And then I have all my woods. So now I have my woods and my rocks right here. So, you know, spider wood. I got the bonsai trees here, 6-inch, 12-inch, 18-inch right here. I run some pretty stupid deals. So a lot of times I do sell out a lot of stuff. And then I have all my different types of soils. I have my Shrimp King, I got my inert sand, I got my Protobio, I got my SO Aqua, I got my control soil, and I got tons of Oco stone right here. So I try and carry a little bit of everything that's out there. If there's something new coming out there, I try and get it. If one of my customers wants something, I try and get that stuff going in too.
All right, so there you go. There's Joe's Shrimp Shack. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Joe, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for stopping and thank you for viewing.
And if people want to get in contact with you.
Yeah, I have a Facebook group. It's called Joe's Shrimp Shack. I also have YouTube. It's called Joe's Shrimp Shack. Everything is pretty much Joe's Shrimp Shack. Website, everything.
So just Google Joe's Shrimp Shack.
That's correct.
Yes. And you are open to the public, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so this is the actual store where you guys can come in if you're around the Minnesota, Minneapolis area.
Yep.
Or even if you're far away, come on in.
Yep, I'll be hitting a lot of shows. So I actually took a new position. I'm going to do a lot of promotions for JBJ, Denerol, and Shrimp King. So I'll be hitting a lot of shows nationwide. I'll hit a lot of retail stores and show them how to aquascape and how to show products out there and how to like get more people into shrimp.
Awesome, awesome. I hope you guys liked this. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. I would appreciate it. Subscribe. There's all kinds of cool stuff that I'm coming up with. And I'm excited for the future. Joe, I'm excited for your future.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing here. And keep up the good work.
Thank you, man.
All right. Till next time, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
Peace. See you later.